Dad, why are you doing this to us? Why is it such a big secret?
Because we have a problem.
Yay, hi, Justin. Well,
Hey, Lisa, how are you?
good. How are you?
Are you in Taiwan right now?
Yes, I'm in Taiwan. And where are you?
I'm in New York.
Oh, wow. Oh, this is very fascinating to me because I realized that you're actually the author of the novel's nephew. That's your uncle.
Yeah.
Is it a lot of people knowing that?
I think people will start to know more and more about it, but I don't think a lot of people put two and two together, but I think they're about to once this comes out.
Is that the reason this project draws to you, or there are other reasons?
It's definitely one of the reasons why I was very keen to do it, because the book has obviously been in my life because of him for a very long time, but it didn't happen because of that. The producers of this had already started developing the book, be a TV show. Yeah, and then it just sort of came my way. It wasn't think that me and my uncle sort of came up with the idea to make it a TV show, but we didn't.
Is it the story that you grew up with? I mean, maybe your uncle tell you a bedtime story about Mosquito Coast.
No, it wasn't. I was very young when the book came out, so I didn't, and it's obviously not a really great story for young kids, but it's just one of those things that as soon as I was able to sort of read it, I read it, loved it very much. Some of my family members have certain traits of some of the characters, so I feel like I've known this story for a very, very long time.
Right now, we need to go. They found us. We're gonna get somewhere safe.
So long, America. Have a nice day.
If the situation is the opposite in the reality, maybe someone tell you to go on the run or leave your life behind, would you do that?
No, I wouldn't do that. But I have, I do love travel, and I've traveled extensively. So I do admire that part of the character, this sort of the desire to sort of like go and leave your home far behind. And been to Taiwan, I love Taiwan. I can relate to that part, sort of the wanderlust part of it, but not the roughing it part.
Well, thank you so much, Justin.
Thank you so much.
Love Taiwan. I mean, sending lots of you.
I love Taiwan. Why Taiwan?
Oh, speak great Chinese. 好厉害. Good job.
谢谢你.
And hope to talk to you soon next time.
Okay. 再见，晚安.
You know the kind of problem that you think, okay, first glance, that looks pretty bad.
The kids could get hurt. They're not gonna get hurt. They're with us. Oh, that's what I'm worried about.
Look at that amazing background. Wow.
This is my office. Well,
I can't believe
it. I always wanted to interview you because I'm a big fan of horror and thriller genre. And you've participated in a lot of great projects before.
Yes, I have actually, yeah.
Is that kind of particular genre attracted to you? And how about this time? I mean, what draws you to the project of Mosquito Coast?
Well, I started off with the horror genre, I guess, what would it be now, 15 years ago, and I would often get cast as the damsel in distress. I didn't look like the kind of woman that would be in the situation she would be in the movies, so I would often get cast in some of the biggest, Amityville Horror or 30 Days of Night. So for a while there, I was doing that, and then I kind of just veered off. I haven't done a horror film maybe in 10 years. I'm kind of looking forward to doing another, to be honest, because they're quite high adrenaline. Work comes by and you're either attracted to it or not, and in the case of Mosquito Coast, it was not horror at all. I wanted to mix, the drama, the dramatic kind of all, with a beautiful setting, with the idea of this fugitive family on the run, and for me it kind of ticked all the right boxes.
I mean, it's definitely hell of a journey for the family.
What's about to happen might seem like imperfect parenting. This is going to be an adventure.
During filming, I know you've been to so many places on this project. Which one is the weirdest and the coolest place?
Well, I promised myself I would never talk about where we filmed episode 3 because it was just such a painful episode to shoot. We were in the desert somewhere in the middle of Mexico. I'm not really quite sure. I don't even want to mention the name of where we were just for fear I'm going to put this town, But it was a hard shoot, so that would be, I would say, the most difficult because we were meant to shoot in La Paz. A week before filming, there was a storm and rain, and it turned green. So of course, we're not really suffering in crossing the desert if everything's green. So we had to go to an area which was visually stunning. I would hand it to the cinematographer. He chose very well. But the best, I would say, was Mexico City. I'd never been there, but compared to Paris and London and all the bigger cities of the world, Mexico City's way up there. It's one of the best cities I've ever been to. They gave us a room, I think it was to say sorry for episode 3, for how much pain we went through. They gave us a lovely little break for Justin and I.
If there is a next season and travel is allowed again, which city would you like to take adventures on?
Oh gosh, I used to live down in Buenos Aires, and I've lived in Uruguay, I've lived in Chile, I've lived all sorts of different countries. I'm not sure where I would choose. Close to where I live with my kids, that would be nice. I keep saying, like an hour from where I live in France is a great beach, but I don't think they'll go for that.
Beach in Taiwan too, and
Can you imagine? That would be great for me. I would love to be there. We'll see where they're going to choose, but we'll see if there's a season 2 first, and then of course, we're all going to be very involved in the location, and hopefully friends and family can visit us finally. So.
Hope to see this family going on and on and on and on.
Thank you, Lisa. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Lisa.
Bye.
Oh, hey. How was work?
It was good. What are you reading?
So you figured out where you're gonna apply yet?
Don't know. Josh and I are still talking about it.
So that's still the plan? Follow Josh to school?
This film, I bet it's definitely a roller coaster for both of you, since you've been filming in so many different locations. So which one is the wildest or the weirdest place?
I would say the wildest, for me at least, was Mexicali. We filmed there for like a little over a month, I think. But we filmed pretty much entirely in the desert, which is something I've never done before.
I promised myself I would never talk about where we filmed episode 3 because it was just such a painful episode to shoot. We were in the desert.
Mexicali.
Mexicali. Mexicali. We were in the desert.
别忘了订阅我们的频道，打开小铃铛就不会错过任何精彩内容，随时上架。我们下回再见。